Hi, I'm Alison Winterroth, and I do a ton of product reviews about things that I want to know about photography. And one of the questions I've gotten a few times is, which disposable camera is the best? And I decided to take 5 disposable cameras, one-time use cameras, and use them and take the same photos with each one and determine which one is actually the best. And these cameras all look a lot alike and they do a lot of the same things, but the film is pretty different in a lot of these, and we're gonna go over that, and then I'm gonna show you the results of my test at the end of the video, so stick around and see while I take and have developed 50 of the exact same photos and pay for that all myself. Okay, so I picked 5 different disposables. Some of these are pretty well known and some of them are a little bit less known, but I tried to pick 5 of the most popular ones. 2 of these are black and white cameras, so you can see the film, what it would look like if the same photo was taken in black and white. Whether you're using these for an event or you just want to take them around with you, we're going to see which ones we like the best. Okay, so the first camera we're going to talk about is this Kodak Fun Saver, and this is one that I've used a whole bunch of times. This is going to work, all the rest of these are going to work pretty much the same way as this one. In this camera, it has Kodak Gold 800 film. So this is has the ISO of an 800, and that means that it's going to work a little bit better in low light conditions. Plus, Kodak is known for their great skin tones and their nice warm colors, which is why it's Kodak Gold, which is the name of the film. And this is one that I've used a lot and I really love. I send this with my kids and I take this when I'm just wanting to have some fun pictures from something. All these disposables pretty much work the same way. And excuse me, I ripped this a little bit already. It was so much fun. I ripped it to shreds. These cameras all wind. So when you go to take a picture, you wind this camera, and that gets it ready to hit the shutter button, which is right here on the top of the camera. And then you have a flash that you can charge on this one if you want to use it. Some of the other ones have a switch flash, which means it's a little button to turn on and off. This means that this flash will stay on until you turn it off. And this one and this one, the Ilfords, both have a button that comes out. And this is nice because it kind of reminds you that your flash is on. And then a little button on top will tell you if the flash is charged and ready to go. So next we have our Fuji Quick Snap, and this is going to have Superior Extra 400 speed film in it. And Fuji is really known for their green tones, and they really do have beautiful green tones. I don't love it as much because it tends to be a little bit of a cooler film. Cooler in temperature. I like Kodak skin tones a little bit better, but these 2 are the most well-known and most often used brands. Then we have the Ilford. This is going to have Ilford Vintage Tone 400 Plus, which I have not actually shot before, and I'm excited to see how these photos look with it. As I mentioned before, right here, you are just going to wind it up like this, take your picture just like this. Hopefully, if you need a flash, it's on, and you take your photograph just like that. And you take these in to be developed. You need to take them to a developer or mail them off to a company. You can take them to drug stores now, but I highly recommend you find your local lab and have them develop the photos for you, because we want to support local film labs, and I support mine. I'm in Tampa. I love Coastal Film Lab. There's also Lakeland Film Lab, and I also like the Fine Lab out in Utah. They're great people and great humans and just a really great place to go. Okay, so these last 2 ones, this is going to be the Ilford, and it's going to be XP2 400 film. This is also a film that I have not shot. I've really not shot a lot of black and white film at all. And this is going to have the Kodak Tri-X film, which is an awesome, this is a 400 ISO film, and this is the film that a lot of black and white photographers love. I also, as I mentioned, I've not shot a lot of black and white film, so I am excited to see these images. Once I have these all developed, I'm going to come back and show you what these photographs looked like. I went and did some photo walks. I took some pictures of myself in bright conditions and dark conditions with the flash and without, so you can get an idea of what skin tones look like on these films, what the photographs look like, how they work. All of these are you don't focus any of these cameras, so if you want to get in focus, you have to move back about 1.5 feet from your subject. So I did some selfies to see if they're in focus. Obviously, a little bit further back is better for these cameras, but we're going to see how they turn out, and you can judge for yourselves, and I will tell you what my favorite is too.
So now we've had all our photographs developed, and these are the results. I tried to take the same photograph on each camera from the same position, although I'm not perfect, and there were definitely objects that were moving, like birds or leaves, things like that. I tried to do my best here, and I tried to take photographs of a variety of lighting scenarios, using the flash, using it indoors, using it outdoors, so you could really see which camera turned out the best or which one you're drawn to the most. Different cameras have different specialties, and definitely you'll see that the Kodak has warmer tones, not in every image, but in most of them. And you will see that the Fujifilm a lot of times has some more green tones. The Ilford color was really hard to predict. I found a lot of red in the shadows, a lot of magenta in the shadows, and I couldn't quite figure it out. I did end up ultimately liking it in some scenarios, or most of the scenarios, but when it was really dark like this one, I really did not love how red it looked. The black and white cameras I loved. I thought I would like the Tri-X better, and I definitely did, but the Ilford XP2 had really, really nice dark darks, and I do like a nice black and white and not a lot of gray in it. So some of that was due to the composition, and some of that was just due to the way that they shot. But anyway, I hope you get a better idea of how these images look, what the camera is going to do for you, and so you can pick the best one for you.
Well, okay.